Welcome to another vlog. We set Harvey afloat and explore Van Diemen's Land. Join Ollie, Wayne and Scott on our adventures and see where Harvey takes us this time.
Well, this is not how we wanted to start the vlog. As you may or may not be aware, we're off to Tasmania this week, and we had a thunderstorm last night and it got real hot, and we've come out today and look at what we find. There's a huge crack going up the windscreen, and now it comes down to whether or not there's any stock in Victoria as to whether or not we can actually still go to Tasmania. So fingers crossed when we make the phone call that we can actually find stock and still make our boat. Hey, so I've made a few phone calls now. Basically, we have no stock in Victoria. One company can't help us for a month. One company can't help us till 12 days after we set sail to Tassie, and one's calling me back because they think they've got stock in Townsville or Newcastle and it'll have to be freighted here to Melbourne. Fingers crossed we can work something out, because we don't want to have to change our sailing time, because we've looked and there is no spots, because school holidays are coming up and it's all sold out. So either we go to Tassie or we don't. So we'll know when I get a phone call. So hopefully our saviours have arrived. It's a two-man operation, so I've had to call in an assistant. So they've arrived with the wrong windscreen. So that's service for you. National Windscreens. They've made a phone call, and even though this windscreen had to be ordered in, they assure me they do have the right stock, and they've quickly run off to grab it, and hopefully they'll be back soon to fit it in, and fingers crossed we can still get to Tassie. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Well, we have a windscreen. It has lovely blue racing stripes on it. It's been a couple of hours later, but that was a stressful afternoon, I'll tell you what. The wrong windscreen came, and then they had to go away and get another windscreen. But that was fine. They were fairly quick, they were fairly efficient, they were also very friendly. And yes, they've got it done. So yes, we're going to make the Spirit of Tasmania tomorrow. The blue stripes just have to stay on. They said 4 hours, but because it's going to be cooling down and it's overnight, they said leave them on until the morning, rip them off then, just to make sure that the bonding agent has set. So there's a few touching up items. You have to reattach some pieces, like our tire pressure monitor. Luckily we had a spare height sticker, but I don't have a new Harvey, so we're gonna have to order one of those. So poor Harvey's gonna be a bit nameless from the front, but you know, Tassie, yes. So it's early morning. We're up at 5 to make the 8:30 a.m. sailing. Just got to get through quarantine and doggy checks first before we can line up and get on the Spirit of Tasmania 1. Hey guys, good morning. Well, we've made the ship. Yeah! Ollie's safe and sound. We left him in Harvey. He's all, what would you say, snuggled up, yeah, on his blanket. He's got his blanket, he's got his water, he's got his dog bed, he's got a pee pad just in case. I'm losing my mask. Anyway, we'll see what the day brings. Chat soon. suppose 4.5 hours. It's changed out to be a beautiful day. And we've just crossed paths with the other Spirit of Tasmania number 2. So we've just passed in the back straight and we're heading over to Devonport and I'll be heading back to Melbourne. Can't see anything now. There's just ocean as far as the eye can see. Anyway, we'll get back to a hard day of watching downloaded movies. Talk to you soon.
So we waited nearly 45 minutes in Harvey before we got the go-ahead to start the engine. But here's Devonport.
Hi.
So after spending nearly 8 hours inside Harvey, mainly asleep, it was time to stop and stretch Ollie's legs and give him a well-deserved pee break. Well, good morning from Railton, Tasmania, guys. We made it. We got here late last night. It's a beautiful morning, as you can see behind me. All the guys are in the shed having breakfast. At a CMCA park, there is the happy hour shed. So they're just there catching up. But yeah, she's beautiful, nice and peaceful. Typical Tasmanian morning, frost on the ground, sun in my back, nice and warm. Anyway, Wayne's just getting ready. We're going to start our trip. We probably haven't got far to go today, but we're still deciding where we're going to be. It's up in the air. Let's see what happens. Hey guys, so we've had to stop for coffee. We're still in Railton. Hey Wayne.
Yep. Coffee stop.
So yeah, Railton, picturesque, so beautiful, great coffee. Railton is the town of topiary. Let me just swing this around and show you the main street. Check it out. The main street's lined with topiary trees. Anyway, Wayne's just off walking Ollie to make sure that he has done his business before we get on the road. So I'm going to keep going with my coffee and we'll catch up soon. Let's go for a walk.
Property that he left on the skies. Ah, Sykes. On Sykes.
Oh, I thought that was I thought that was like a ceremonial fire pit or something.
Right.
Some grass hanging. So beautiful. A little bit of wind, I'm sure the camera doesn't do it justice. Well, this is Sykes Sanctuary. We've come not even 5 minutes out of Railton.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just couldn't resist when Wayne was Googling quickly what was to do before we left Railton. There's this beautiful
40-acre natural reserve. So Norman Sykes, sorry, it's just behind me, I'm reading it. Norman Sykes donated this. He's one of the most colourful residents of Railton, and he liked to live close to nature as possible. Apparently he lived on a shack on this property, and when he passed away, he donated this 40-acre site to the community with strict instructions that it was for to be a nature and fauna and wildlife sanctuary for the birds. So there's a cute little nature walk. There's several tracks leading around the property to this massive, what they're calling a reserve. So there's grasslands and a couple of picnic tables and a couple of monuments. So yeah, sorry, there's Wayne. So yeah, so that's Sykes Nature Reserve. If you're coming this way through Railton and you want to stretch your legs or you just want to have a quick nature stop, highly recommended.
Even a great picnic spot, just for a picnic, it'd be great.
Yeah, Ollie loved it. Yeah. So we're just going to head back to Harvey now, check Ollie over to make sure he's got no unwanted things on him, burrs, etc. So, and then we will go on to our next adventure.
Catch you later, guys.
Bye. So this is a carving of Norman Sykes. And now we decide to get on the road for a short trip out of town. Went through a beautiful town of Sheffield.
Chinese restaurant. There always is a Chinese restaurant. What a beautiful town.
Llama, Main Street.
Prepare to turn left after 800 meters.
Yes, we're heading to Tasmania, or the borough of Lower Crackpot. Let's see what we can find. So we arrive at the eccentric Tasmania, not knowing what to expect. But it's fun. So there's the lavender farm. So yeah, you enter through the shop. So don't try and cut through the... Never trust a mum with a gun. Oh! That is a lot of... Get it. Well, did you see that?
Scared the crap out of you.
Wayne got a shock, did he? Hope it came out on camera, but hopefully you've just seen. Looked like a wallaby.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're in Lower Crackpot, the maze, or Tasmania, and we're gonna see if we get lost. See what else we can find. Join us. This is Bob. Bob has no arms. Knock knock, who's there? Well, it isn't Bob. Have we got a plan? We got a plan? No plan. The Laird and Lady of Lower Crackpot. Well, they were certainly getting in on the action, trying to spook the bejesus out of their friends. Well, we made it to the middle, found the Three Bears cottage. We made it to the middle. Now we've got to make our way out again. Just a short stroll from the centre of the maze is the village of Lower Crackpot. Here is where all of the weird and wonderful comes out to play, with the miniature villages and the miniature world embassies. But it's not left in the Stone Age. Each village has its own QR code to scan, and you can listen to why it exists on SoundCloud. The Intergalactic Embassy. So Doctor's mate here.
After our day of travels, we find our end of day at the picturesque town of Deloraine, which is located in the Western Tiers on the Meander River. We ended up getting a perfect spot to watch the local ducks and geese wander aimlessly in and around the campus. This is a great spot for fishing as well, and apparently good catch for trout. We found the best value so far for caravan spots and would highly recommend this park. Catch us on our next blog as we continue adventures along the east coast of Tasmania.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click and subscribe. It really does help.